This is the Bristol Flyers podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Bristol Flyers podcast, live from the Copper Box. Joel Osborne, Sam Hardy with you as always. And Sam, we are here for our All-Star special. How exciting.
This is unbelievable. The Women's All-Star game has just got underway. I think the South are currently winning 11 points to 3 as we speak, Joel. And we have got a fun-filled, jam-packed session for you today.
Yep, we are. So here's how the episode is going to play out today. We are up top at the Copper Box. You can see the lovely court behind us if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to the feed, we're going to have some great interviews. I have no idea who we're going to speak to. I have no idea how this episode is going to play out today. However, we're going to walk around. We're going to see who we can speak to. There's lots of faces here today. Maybe meet some staff, maybe meet some players. Who else could we chat to? Meet some fans. A bunch of you have reached out on the emails and electronic mail, Sam. They've reached out to us and said, giving them us their seat numbers so we can go and speak to them as well. One thing I've also noticed over there, Sam, we are the league has located us right next to the beer tap, aka the fresh water tap over there. Sam, it's like it was almost meant to be, right?
One of us has got to drive home, though, Joel. Remember?
Oh yeah, I'm not driving home, so I'll have one.
We are also so excited that we get to be on the Twitch stream later on for the dunk contest.
Yeah, we are going to be live, well, as live. If you're watching this next week, it will have already happened, but we're going to be live on Twitch to give an alternative commentary alongside Deric Eze from D's Reels. That's going to be in around an hour and a half time or so. So we'll clip up some of the best bits from that, put that into this episode as well. And Sam is super excited. This is your first time at the Copper Box, isn't it?
I love all the different... I've seen it all obviously on TV plenty of times. I love all the different coloured seats, Joel. It's do you know what? It's a really good size as well. I cannot wait to see this place absolutely jam-packed full of people later on.
Yep. If you haven't got tickets and you're watching online, why aren't you here? Because the atmosphere is great. But Sam, shall we go and see who we can chat to for our first set of interviews?
Let's do it, Joel.
Let's do it.
This is the Bristol Flyers podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Bristol Flyers podcast, and we've only gone and managed to find the man himself. Brad Greene joins us down courtside. Brad, how are you, man?
I'm doing good. I mean, just seeing the environment here is incredible for the women's game, so I can't wait to be on the court and play for this crowd.
Talk us through what you've been up to yesterday, because you came up yesterday, didn't you? And then you had, is it practice this morning, or like a shoot around this morning?
Yeah, so I mean, it's been a lot of just meet and greet, meeting all the guys from the other teams, getting to know them, just having normal chats like we're all on the same team, because I mean, that's what we're representing Team South right now, so I mean, the more chemistry we have off the court, the more we'll have on the court, but I mean, it's been fun. Shoot around was good. Got to shoot around with a lot of them, run through some plays, some actions to make sure we're all on the same page while we play. But yeah, no, super excited to have them all as teammates.
Now, I'm really excited for the game, but we can't go a second longer without addressing what you're wearing right now, my man. Talk us through your T-shirt.
It was a Christmas gift from my girlfriend. I don't know if she meant it as a joke, thinking I wouldn't wear it, so I wear it any chance I get now. And the All-Star weekend, why not?
For the listener, essentially, this T-shirt is a 90s themed retro T-shirt with just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures of your girlfriend on it in a 90s style. Incredible. I've heard also that you repaid the favour and you actually bought her a car air freshener with your face on it. Is that right?
Absolutely. I took the Bristol team photo, printed it out, made an air freshener, and so I'm always watching in the car.
And she's here today, right? Your family are down here watching the game today?
Absolutely. My brothers are here, my mom's here, and she'll be here also. So, I mean, just another reason to really compete out in this All-Star game, to give them a show for flying over.
Brad, let's talk about All-Star game. Of course, very much a new-look team. You're playing with new teammates, faces around the league. Any players you're most excited to be playing with today?
I mean, I feel like everyone I'm excited to play with, because I mean, we're all competitors against each other in games. You know, there's few words said here and there. So I mean, getting the chance to now play on this platform with all them is huge, and I mean, it's just a great opportunity for all of us, I feel like.
And what's the game plan going into it? I know in All-Star games you often see not much defense being played. You saw the NBA All-Star game, it was an absolute blowout, scoring over 200 points. Is that going to play out today, or is there going to be a bit more defense involved?
I mean, I feel like there could be a little bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're competitors, so I'm going out there looking to compete and looking to win.
Just finally, obviously TJ's here for the dunk competition today. Has he given you any insights as to what he's got planned for the contest today?
He said it's all a secret. Whatever he shows out there will be first for all of us, so I'm excited to see what he can do.
Has he been practicing and training at all?
Absolutely. He's been, kinda. He's been showing a little bit, but he's told us, he's like, don't worry, like the show will be then, so I'm excited for him, and I hope he gets the win.
Watch this space. We're all back in, TJ. Of course, we're on Twitch live, doing a watch along for that. It should be great. But Brad, thanks for joining us. Best of luck in the game today. Any messages to the podcast listeners out there?
Enjoy these two. They're going to be having a good day.
It's going to be a good day. Sam, let's go and see who else we can chat to. All right, we've made our way down courtside, and we are joined by none other than Mr. Sky Sports baby, Mike Tuck, in the house on his birthday. Happy birthday, Mike.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Welcome to the Bristol Flyers podcast, your very first appearance on the pod. We're sort of going around seeing who we can chat to today. It's an exciting day, isn't it? Great to have the All-Star game back.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's been a long time coming. I think the last time there was one, it was like my first year in the league, so it's good. Standalone event. You know, we got 8 hours of different basketball stuff going on today. Great crowd here for the women's game. Good warm-up to the dunk contest, the three-point, then the men's game.
And we've got to have a chat about the dunk contest as well. I know you're going to be a judge in the dunk contest. Sam and I are going to be doing the watch-along live on Twitch. What makes a good dunk? How are you judging this dunk competition?
I think you got to have a little bit of everything, right? I like a power dunker, but I think you got to have a little bit of finesse. And you got to get creative with it as well. You got maybe get some props going or doing something that people have never seen before.
And I've got to ask you a question. How did you get the gig as a judge, Mike? Because you got Jalen Pipkins as a contestant.
Listen,
is he going to be a bit biased there or not?
Listen, they called me. They asked me to do it. You know, and I just said yes. I'm a yes man. Completely non-biased. Go Sharks.
Speaking of Sharks, you got to talk about last year's dunk contest. A certain Marcus Delpesh was in it for Sheffield. Of course, we know Marcus very well from his time in Bristol, but I'm safe to say it wasn't his best performance at the dunk contest last year. Would you say that's like accurate assumption?
I would say he's an in-game dunker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had Henzi Sacco, who won last year. He picked up the slack for the Sharks on that end, but no, Marcus definitely power dunker, in-game dunker. Didn't have the best showing last year.
Just finally, quick predictions for the All-Star game today. Do you see it being a bit up and down, or maybe a bit of defense today?
I think it's going to be competitive. I think we really good groups on both ends, and both groups that will play offense and defense. So I think guys, typically All-Star games can get maybe a bit here and there, but I think this one's going to be competitive. I think guys are showing up to play today.
Amazing. Mike, we'll let you continue to watch the women's game. Enjoy the judging of the dunk contest later on, and a few extra points for TJ, yeah?
Yeah, don't judge the judges, all right?
We'll try not to. Mike, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Bristol Flyers podcast, and right now we are joined by a legend of British basketball. It is none other than founder of Hoopsfix, Sam Neater. Sam, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Really good, thank you. Yeah, really good. Tell the listeners what Hoopsfix is.
It's a bit of everything, really. Started as a media platform, so we try and cover sort of every level of the game with videos on interviews, articles, features, obviously social content. And then we started getting into events sort of 10 years ago. We do a junior showcase, the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic, which is the top under-19s in the country, a summer league, the Hoopsfix Pro-Am, and then we work with other organisations, Foot Locker, the NBA, to sort of run their events in the summer as well. Obviously, we've got a not-for-profit foundation where we're trying to do our bit to grow and raise the profile of basketball in the UK. So yeah, it's a whole load of British basketball-related stuff.
Now, if you've ever looked at the Hoopsfix social media, which I know you have, but it is covering things from all over the place. You must consume so much content. How do you know what to put up on your channels?
Well, it's just a case of scrolling a lot. Obviously following, we kind of keep tabs on the top talent across the country and sort of abroad as well. Follow their accounts, make sure that we're keeping tabs. And of course now, we're blessed to be in a position where when something does happen or if there is a story, people will reach out to us. So we don't have to do as much trawling as we used to do. And now a lot of the time we're just kept abreast of the news by people contacting us. So yeah, it's not a simple thing to do, but I think at the moment we're trying to do the best we can of keeping on top of everything.
I know you've been one of the pioneers of sort of British basketball content, and you look around the league now, you see so many more content creators out there. How pleasing is that for you? I mean, you look back like 10 years ago, you were literally the sole content creator out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Like there is so many young and talented content creators that are covering British basketball at the moment. It's really exciting, and it's what the sport needs. Like it needs eyeballs, it needs exposure. And so, yeah, like you said, 15 years ago when I started, I would be the only person on a baseline. And now, we've got the Academy Finals the week after next, and I think last year there was 15, 20 on the baselines covering it. So it's only a good thing, and long may it continue, and hopefully people will continue to build on this, and we'll keep getting stronger and better over the years.
Of course, you mentioned the work with Hoopsfix, the foundation, of course. You've done the court renovations, seen it in London so far already. You put out a post very recently saying you're looking to do one in Bristol, aren't you?
Yes, we're looking to do one in Bristol. We're exploring Montpellier Park and Albany Green. We were reached out by an anonymous donor who is very keen on seeing something happen there. And we're our job at the moment is to find out what the likelihood of being able to make it happen, what the cost will be, what the residents and the community is saying. We've had I think over 250 people responded to the online survey at the moment. There's a lot of hunger and appetite to see it happen. And now it's going back to the funder and saying, this is what we found. It's up to them what they want to do. And then we make a decision. Hopefully we can move forward with that over the coming 12 months.
I know Bristol's been crying out for a court renovation, hasn't it, Sam? I mean, you look at the parks in Bristol, there's not a lot going for it at the moment.
I mean, the thing is, the hunger for basketball in Bristol is massive. Every park during the weekends and evenings you see people play, but you're right, they are just not good enough. They're not the hoops have fallen down and all the rest of it. So we'd be really excited to see that sort of thing. And Joel, it's amazing that you're the anonymous donor, mate. It's so good of you to do that for us.
Sam, let's talk All-Stars. Of course, All-Star game. How good is it to see a British basketball All-Star game back once again?
Amazing. Obviously, I'm a big fan of All-Star games. I know that there's been some fans that don't like the idea of it, but for me, it's a super exciting way of bringing people together to celebrate our sport, to bring together the best players, the star players, the players that people want to see, get us better known to who they are, their stories, and really showcase the league. So obviously, there's a good crowd here. Hopefully, it's going to fill out through the day. And for me, it's something that I'm really keen to see continue over the coming years.
Any predictions for the game today?
No predictions. I stay neutral. I stay on the fence. I just want to see a good game. Of course, I'm always supportive of the British talent in the game. Obviously the women's game. I'd love to see Temi do well. She's doing well so far. I know she had the first 5 points of the game. And then in the men's game, obviously Jamel and unfortunately Gabe is not playing now. But those are the two that I'm been looking for.
And for those that want to follow Hoopsfix, if you're not following Hoopsfix already, what are you doing? But for those that want to follow Hoopsfix, it's at Hoopsfix across pretty much every social platform, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly it. At Hoopsfix everywhere: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube. And yeah, we do our best to keep you informed of all the stuff that's going on in British basketball.
And I bet you hear this a lot, but can I just say a big thank you for all you guys do. We really appreciate it. We see amazing things come from what you guys do, and I don't know if you hear it enough, so thank you.
No problem. Very welcome. Thank you.
This is the Bristol Flyers podcast.
All right, well, welcome back to the Bristol Flyers podcast. Sam and I have moved back up into position at the top of the arena, and we've only run into the voice of the British Basketball League, Mr. Daniel Routledge.
I'm intrigued by you've put me in front of the button, so I get the question.
Dan, how are you? Welcome to the All-Star game.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
We had you on the podcast a little while ago.
Yeah.
It was like at the back end of last season, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And obviously we had you on previewing the playoffs.
Yeah.
The last season was one of our most successful seasons ever with Bristol Flyers. Now we're sort of in a rocky period, so to say.
Injuries.
Yeah, injuries will be the big one everyone mentions. But of course, coming off that massive win against Leicester Riders last weekend.
Yeah, historic win, biggest ever.
Did you watch that game?
I did, yeah. I wasn't expecting that. Leicester have been playing well going into that game. And just you guys took them out of the rhythm. I thought physically you dominated the game and it was never really close.
Do you have any bizarre stats from that game for us?
Oh, I did. I put them on Twitter last week. You're asking me to remember. I know it's the Flyers' biggest ever win, and was it something like the third biggest halftime score or something?
I think it was the highest ever home halftime
highest
score.
Ever home halftime
63, 63 was it? I think we had a 68 earlier in the season away at Manchester as well.
Yeah, but that was in the trophy, yeah.
That's right. Dan, of course, we're here at All-Star Games. We need to talk about the All-Star Game. It's great to have the All-Star Game back because it'd be way before Sam and I's time, but they used to have an All-Star Game in the British Basketball League.
Yeah, I've still got the shakes a little bit from the last one that was a 50-point blowout in the North where the North got beat. But yeah, hopefully they're going to play hard today and we'll see.
It's one of those ones, isn't it? And we spoke about it with a lot of our guests already today, but how do you see this game playing out this afternoon? Because it can go one of two ways. You saw the NBA All-Star Game, what that was like.
That's the worry, isn't it? I just spoke to Jordan Taylor downstairs and I said, what you need is one or two guys on each team who really want to win. He said Matt Morgan's going for MVP, so there's one guy on the South, and he was hoping the Newcastle guys, but obviously Newcastle, this is their fourth game in a week or something, so that's the challenge for them. But you need a couple of guys on each team who either want to be the MVP or just really want to win and take it a bit more seriously, and that gets the juices going.
When was the last All-Star weekend or All-Star Day?
So properly I think it was either 2001 or 2002 in Newcastle, but it started out in the 80s, and they used to always be at Granby Halls in Leicester because it was in the middle, and then it went out. I think we did one in Sheffield, one in Manchester, and as I say, the last one was in Newcastle, and it was a tough watch.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed we get a much more competitive game today. Who do you see being named All-Star MVP? You mentioned Matt Morgan.
Well, now I've got the inside information on Matt Morgan, I'm going to go for him. But usually it'll be a guy like that or Teddy Allen, somebody like that. It's usually one of the guards because they've got the ball in their hands.
Yeah.
And if you can make 5 or 6, 40-foot threes, that's usually enough to sway the judges.
Well, we know a guy who's not accustomed to 25-point first halves. There's Tevin Olison. Maybe see an All-Star, maybe an MVP appearance off the bench potentially today?
It could be anything because it's all you got to do is go out there and get your shots up, isn't it? Coach's job is just to rotate, get everybody 20 minutes. Coach Božić has shown he can do that in the league game, so he should be able to do it in the All-Star games, and it's who gets the shots up, really.
Just finally, Dan, before we let you go, can you give us a score prediction ahead of today's game?
Oh, I have no idea, but I'd be surprised if the winning team doesn't have at least 150.
Oh, 150?
Yeah, go for it.
There we go. You heard it here first. Apparently one team is scoring 150 points here at the British Basketball League All-Star Game. Dan, thank you so much.
No problem.
We'll let you crack on with the rest of your day. Enjoy the All-Star Game, and thanks for joining us on the podcast.
No problem at all.
Tevo, how are you feeling about the game, my man? You feeling good?
Oh, I'm excited. It's a great experience, and I'm just happy to be here, to be honest. I'm blessed.
And you've got your very special brother with us right now. You joined the UK so far?
Yes, sir. I've only been here for like 4 hours, but it's been fun so far. So.
Obviously, Tevin's second year now with the Flyers. Is it your first visit over to come see him play?
This is my first year here, yep.
Did you come straight to London, or did you stop at Bristol first?
I came straight to London. I flew in like 7 this morning, and then I went over and I met up with him. So.
And how long are you down for?
I'll be here the whole week because we're on spring break.
Amazing. Great. Well, it's great to have you with us here. Thanks for chatting to us on the podcast. You're also a trainer as well. You've been training Tevin. Have you been doing anything particular to get him ready for the All-Star Game at all?
I don't want to take too much credit. I mean, Tevin was always talented, but I mean, we did have to sneak into a lot of gyms to get him this point. So, but yeah, it's good to see him here, so yeah.
And what's it like seeing him tear it up in the pros now? I mean, second year now playing with the Flyers. You must be really proud of him.
Very, very. I mean, because I can easily say that he was supposed to do this, but he wasn't. I mean, think about all the things that he had to go through and all the obstacles and all the hurdles he had to jump to get through here, so it's pretty good to see him.
And Tevin, let's chat about the All-Star Game. We spoke about it with Brad earlier. He suggests that it might be quite a competitive game. Lots of defense, he said, but with it being an All-Star game, it's supposed to be very up and down offense going nuts, right?
It just depends. I think I might come in and try to set the tone a little bit. I might play a little bit of defense, try to get everybody playing. I'm a boo. If it ain't no defense being played, I'm booing. Well, yeah, we'll see how the game goes. We'll see how it goes.
Can we expect to see another 25-point first half from yourself? You've done the last 2 games.
I might have to do it. I'll try. I'm going to get him up. I'm getting him up for sure.
Which players are you looking forward to playing alongside the most today?
I'm really looking forward to playing with Matt Morgan, Sam, Jaren. I'm cool with some of these people off the court, so yeah, I'm just really looking forward to playing with them. My boy TJ walked in the building, man. Shout out my boy TJ.
We got Trejon Lucas with us. We got Keely Johnson here with us today. Here they are, Trejon and Keely. Keely, how's Tevin going to get on today in the All-Star game? What's your predictions?
30 ball.
30 ball. You got to pull up Dame range, too. As soon as you cross half. They putting pressure on me. They putting pressure on me.
I know he Kyrie cousin, too.
Tevin, thanks for joining us. Best of luck with the game today, and we'll see if we can catch you a bit later on today.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, look who we've managed to find now is none other than Trejon Jacob, the All-Star Dunk Contest participant. TJ, here at the Copper Box. How are you finding it? It's a good atmosphere so far, putting up nicely.
Yeah, it's crazy in here. I've never seen it in here like this. It's full of energy, it's full of life. So, I'm excited to do a little something.
Yeah, you're very secretive there, saying a little summon.
Do a little something.
Anything you can reveal to us exclusively on the podcast before you go out there and do your dunk competition?
On the pod, I'd say look out for the little 360 windmill. I might have some in the bag. I might see if I can do a little something for the peoples.
Yeah. Talk about your competitors today. Of course, you've got Jalen Pipkins, Josh Sharma, and Clifton Moore as well.
Yeah.
Some tough opponents.
Yeah, of course, all these guys can jump. They put on highlight plays all season long. For me, it's just more about having fun and doing a little something on my own. We all, I want to say, have 40-plus verts, so it's really seeing that and just seeing what we can do outside of the normal atmosphere that we're in. I think it'll be fun.
Are you more of a in-game dunker, or do you like to practice those sort of show dunks, like dunk contests? You've done anything like this before at all?
Yeah, so honestly, it's an exclusive. It's my first dunk contest I've ever done, to be honest. And as far as in-game, I'd be scared Coach is going to pull me out. So I'll have it in my mind, but then I'm like, I don't want to miss it. And then Coach yell at me, and he throw me down the sideline. So I'm like, I'll keep it cool. But I practice here and there. I practice a little something.
One bit of prep I can see that you have been doing is your hair's looking fresh, TJ. Looking smooth. How you feeling about it?
Nah, it's London. It's All-Star weekend. It's the first time the league's had it back in a while. So it's only right, come looking to impress. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I ain't impressing nobody, but you gotta look clean, got a little sharp, got a little something. Oh yeah.
And Tees, just finally, of course, I've got the whole team down here supporting you guys today because straight from here, you're off to Lithuania, aren't you?
Yeah, it's crazy. We go from here, get up in the morning, fly, and it's just like I missed it. I was out a year, and it's just like this is really what pro basketball is all about, and playing European. You do things like this. It's a fun side of it, but then it's business right back again and getting back into the groove of things. But I think it's a good balance. So I'm looking forward to the trip. I think we'll be all right.
Amazing. Well, TJ, best of luck in the dunk contest today. We'll look out for that 360 windmill, all right? And when you land it, we're going to be sat over there on Twitch, mate. We're doing a watch along on Twitch, just down here.
Okay.
So you know what to do. Come point us out and then go from there. Oh, there's Kimball McKenzie just walking past here as well. Hey, Kimball
Flyers TV.
Kimball McKenzie's on the Bristol Flyers podcast right now.
All right, good luck.
Appreciate it, bro.
TJ, best of luck today. We'll catch up with you later.
Got you.
This is the Bristol Flyers podcast.
Hey Flyers fans, this is the part of the show where we give a huge thank you to our podcast sponsor, WebGains. We've got Rob over there in the house, and without their support, this podcast would not be possible.
Now, WebGains is the smart affiliate marketing network who have an unbelievable track record when it comes to empowering advertisers and publishing partners to reach their potential and achieve game-changing results.
They connect businesses with top affiliates who can promote your products and services, reaching a wider audience and driving more revenue.
And here's the best bit, Flyers fans. WebGains provides you with detailed reports and analytics to track the performance of your affiliate marketing campaigns, making it easy to see the results of your hard work and investments.
But don't just take our word for it. Here's Rob from WebGains to tell you more.
Did you know that last year affiliates helped sell 12 billion worth of products for British brands? And every £1 spent on affiliate marketing by advertisers, also known in our channel as retailers, returned an average of £12.40.
That is actually crazy when you spend £1.
You get £12 back.
£12.40 back. It's so good.
It's amazing.
It's a good deal, isn't it?
And not only are WebGains sponsors of the Bristol Flyers podcast, but their company logo is also once again on the front of our home and away playing shorts, inspiring the team to make smarter connections, just like they do for thousands of brands on their international affiliate network.
So if you're ready to skyrocket your online presence and drive more sales, visit webgains.com and see how they can assist you in the world of affiliate marketing.
That's webgains.com, webgains.com. Give your business the assist it needs with WebGains Affiliate Network.
This is the Bristol Flyers podcast.
Welcome back to the Bristol Flyers podcast. Sam and I are back up in our little makeshift studio here in the upper concourse at the Copper Box. Great chat so far we've had. That's the one thing I think when we first started doing this, I've just realised that this episode could very much be an extended episode, a bit longer than an hour, right?
Well, what we've done, and I don't think I quite got my head around this, is we're almost seeing lots of the legends of the British game, and we're getting them together, and we're getting them on the podcast, which I'm really excited about, Joel.
Mate, this could literally be, it's like the all-star cast of guests we've had on the podcast as well. I mean, having Mike Tuck come on, Mr. Sky Sports, Dan Routledge there behind us, having him come on and chat to us. Of course, he joined us for our end of season episode last year. And then, of course, speaking with the players as well, we had Brad, we had Tevin, we had TJ, and also Sam Nita, Hoopsfix. He literally is the pioneer of basketball content in this country.
I don't think people realise I've been watching Hoopsfix content for flipping years, Joel. It's just so nice to finally meet someone from Hoopsfix who, you know, was kind of revolutionary in me getting involved in the first place, you know. It's kind of cool, hey?
Yeah, and now, you know, he's setting the tone. I mean, you see loads of junior content creators coming through. There's so many out there now. It was great to see. Loads that are down here at the All-Star game as well. We are going to go and see who else we can chat to throughout the day. I know there's a lot of guests that actually have approached us that want to come speak to us. Taj Greene, when we first got here, Taj Greene grabbed me from Newcastle Eagles and he said, "Can I appear on the Bristol Flyers podcast?" He must be a listener.
A little cameo from Mackenzie there as well, Joel.
Yeah, a little bit from Gibble Mackenzie. I don't think he really wanted to come on the podcast, maybe after, us beating them by nearly 40 points last week.
Let's not bring that one up.
Awkward. And obviously the lads are off to Cholet straight from here, so the whole team is here. So we're going to try and see if we can speak to more players throughout the episode. But coming up next, Sam, we are going to do the slam dunk contest, aren't we?
Well, the game, the women's game is nearly up now. It's 91-76 to the South. I imagine there's only sort of 2 minutes left. I imagine the South will win this one. Then it's a dunk contest, and I'm so excited for Twitch. Joe, I don't really know what to expect, mate.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Deric with us. We're going to be reacting live on Twitch, and then we'll make a little montage, which will feature right after this conversation. It's going to be really exciting. That you feel the atmosphere just slowly building up behind us, Sam. It really is great to see. What I love about days like this is it brings together everyone from every team. Like, you just saw how many guests we had. It's a real networking opportunity. People that you know throughout the British basketball community. It's such a tight-knit community, and it's great to get everyone together and have conversations, have a catch-up as well, because, when it's game day, it's really hard for us to actually, have that proper catch-up. But like today, it's great to see so many faces from around the British basketball community.
Joel, let's get to it. We'll get to the dunk contest now, and we'll see you guys and who we can speak to after that.
This is the Bristol Flyers podcast.
The Slam Dunk Contest. Here's how the competition will work. The dunk contest has 2 rounds. In round 1, each contestant will attempt 2 successful dunks and be scored between 3 to 10 for each dunk by 3 judges. The 2 dunkers with the highest combined scores from round 1 will dunk in round 2. The highest score after both rounds will be crowned the All-Star Dunk Champion.
Welcome to the Twitch stream. Joel, Sam, how you guys doing, man?
I'm good. How are you, mate?
I'm good, man. This is definitely better than I expected. To be honest, I had no expectations for the All-Star game, but the women started off so strong. Like, they came to do. And then the 3-point contest was tight. So yeah, it's been amazing for me. What about you?
I've loved every second of it. I cannot even tell you how many superstars are around, all of the people from around the league here in one place. Man, it's so cool. I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, this is beautiful, man.
We are recording our Flyers podcast episode today. Yes. So we're taking bits of this Twitch chat right now. We're going to run it on the podcast today. Just for those that aren't familiar with yourself, these reels, you work at the British Basketball League now. Introduce yourself to the Flyers listeners right now.
As you may already know, or if you don't know, my name's Deric Eze, also known as These Reels. I record games here and there. I'm on the baseline. If you see a video on social media with the kids screaming in the background, That's me. But yeah, other than that, I love basketball. I work in basketball and I play basketball. So yeah, that's me really. Thank you for having me on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. It's like the ultimate collaboration today. How are you going to see this play out? What makes a good dunk? How are we judging it, Deric?
It's a good dunk. For me, it's the oomph. You know what the oomph is? Like the energy, like how hard they dunk it, the swagger after it. Like you can't just dunk and just walk up. Like you have to give us a show. At the end of the day, the dunk contest is a show. So yeah, and for me personally, I don't think very tall players do very well in the dunk contest because when you're already tall, the dunk doesn't look the same than when someone who's like 6'1" does exactly the same dunk. So
do you know what I want to see? I want to see someone do something which in a game they just can't do.
Yeah.
So something really technical, something behind the back maybe, through the legs, a little 360. That's what I want to see.
100%.
Here we go.
That's
TJ.
your boy?
TJ, ready to go.
Nah.
TJ, dead!
I'm going to wait and see. Let's see, man. Let the dunk.
Here we go. Very nice. A very solid first dunk. I think like with this sort of stuff, is you want to, because it's 2 dunks for first round, right?
Yeah.
You want 100% land a dunk that you know you can land.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm giving that an 8. Come on.
Come on, TJ. Come on, TJ.
Oh!
Come on, TJ.
Okay.
Come on, TJ.
Okay.
Amazing.
That's what I'm talking about. Listen, that was actually lit. That was lit.
I'll give that 9. They're going to get a 9 for the judges.
It's
Mike
a
Tuck
9.
gave it a 10, all right, I think.
Mike Tuck.
Did he give it a 10? Oh, he gave it a 9.
A 9,
9's all around.
yeah,
27.
yeah.
That's a solid
yeah.
dunk. Here we go. Josh Sharma. Oh! That was sick!
Listen, that's
nuts.
a 10. That is a 10. I don't care what you have to say.
I'll give you, that
Tell
was
me
nuts.
in the comments that is a 10.
I'll give that a 10.
Oh my God. Now, the judges are going to vex me if they don't.
They're thinking about it.
You better judge.
I'll give that a 10.
That's a 10. You're kidding me.
Mike Tuck's
You're
giving it
kidding me.
10.
That's a 10.
We got a 9.
What?
We got a 9
That's
for
a
the corner. 10 from Henry.
Yes.
Hey, I agree, it's 10.
That is a nice dunk. That is a nice
that.
dunk.
Trejon Jacob,
Come on.
dunk. Let's do it, mate.
Come on. That's what we want to hear. Come on. TJ's now or never.
Oh, okay. He kind of rim grazed it in. He didn't get the flush. You can tell he's not happy with that.
He has to go again.
You can tell he's not happy
Let
with
him
that.
go again.
If that was clean, that's
an 8 for me. That's an 8 for
Do you know what?
rim grazer.
You wanted the powerful dunk, didn't you? And it
okay.
just got it in over the front.
I need the ball to hit the floor and bounce up. Zion Williamson style. This has been fun.
Yeah, it has been fun. We appreciate you for having us.
No.
Congratulations to Josh Sharma on being crowned Slam Dunk Contest champion.
Chase. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate you, mate.
I can't wait to see the podcast.
Oh, mate, check it out next week.
Thank you so much, Sam. Appreciate
Hope the rest
you.
of the day goes well. Enjoy it.
You too, man.
And enjoy the All-Star game.
Yes, we'll do. You too, guys.
This is the Bristol Flyers podcast.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? I mean, he lost by 1 point. Trejon Jacob, the dunk contest.
We were just talking to him, like, if that had gone in clean without the rim, what do you call it? A rim grazer.
Yeah, it was a rim grazer, wasn't it?
I think he would have been up there, you know, it's a good dunk.
Yeah, it was so close. But losing to Josh Sharma in the final by a single point is what nightmares are made of, but you must be gutted.
To be fair, Josh is huge, and he had some good dunks. Do you know what? He had some better dunks than I thought he was going to have, based off of the fact that, you know, it sounds judgmental, but normally these in-game dunkers aren't really, you know, made for sort of competitions, but he absolutely nailed it, so fair play to him.
Yeah, I kind of wish that we saw some props and costumes still, though, Sam, because I'm a sucker for props and costumes. After seeing the stuff with Pipkins saying about him being Bane, I was expecting him to come out like a Bane mask or something like that, or a Batman. Do you know what I mean? That would have been sick.
That's just because you love dressing up, Joel. Joel does those things, you know, where he dress up in like medieval clothes and goes pretend fighting. Isn't that right, Joel?
Yeah.
Different way though. I'm glad you went medieval. valuable fighting.
Brilliant. We've got Elliott Wade from Hoopin'N'Lootin, our partners at Hoopin'N'Lootin with us. Elliott, how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. I'm very well. Very happy to be here.
Welcome to the Flyers podcast. Last time we had you on, it was our ranking jerseys episode. We're actually gonna. We've been talking off air, and an episode we've got coming up very soon is this year's official Hoopin'N'Lootin jersey rankings. We're gonna rank every single jersey from this season so far. It's going to be exciting, right?
I'm looking forward to it. We're going to get those categories nailed. We're going to have an absolutely terrible category, which has a couple of nominations.
There's some absolutely terrible ones this year?
Some bad ones. There's some bad ones. But there's lots of very, very good ones too.
How's your day been so far? All-Stars is great. Get everyone together, isn't it?
Do you know what? I absolutely love this as a spectacle. And, you know, there's been a little bit of heat for it, but to just even try it, it would be a very British thing to go, it may not go well, let's not do it. So the fact to even put this on, and there's just a vibe in here. I haven't seen a person that isn't smiling yet, including the players. The players are absolutely loving it. The dunk contest, I was just told by a professional player that it's very hard for big men to do dunks like that. It's also very hard for us little people to dunk full stop. But, you know, I was impressed by that. That was my one little, where's it going to go? Because you're getting players to dunk, but I love it. Just love the whole thing.
Shout out to the league for inviting Sam and I onto the Twitch broadcast to do live alternative commentary. Sam and I, very experienced in the field of dunking, aren't we, Sam?
I have dunked once in my life when I was about 19 years old in the best shape, and I just managed to get it. And I swear the rim was probably about 9'9" as well. So that's the only time I've ever dunked. Elliott, you?
Sure. I know dunking, right? The most I know about dunking is rich teas, yeah, and donuts as well. So that's my dunking experience. So, you know, great to be down there offering that insight as well. Elliott, we've got Team North and Team South for the men's game about to get underway. Both teams are out there now warming up. How do you see this game playing out?
I've got split loyalties, you know.
Yeah. I
want to see my Giants guys do well. I want to see Jamel. A very family affair for Jamel this weekend, which has also been quite cool to see. And what an experience it must be for them as a family. But I think the South are going to go off, aren't they?
Yeah.
Brad just windmilled in the warm-up, by the way.
Did he?
Brad did. I was the one-handed windmill.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We could see something special today.
Tevin's going to go off for 40.
Yeah, well, we were talking about it earlier, but 25-point first halves in his last two games for Bristol Flyers. So, yeah, 50-piece I'm going to go with. Tevin for 50, off the bench, on fire as soon as he comes out. You heard it here first.
What are some of the classic all-star things we're going to see today, Elliott? Like normally some of the guys do half-court shots or whatever. What are you hoping to see today?
I think there's going to be an element of showboating. I think there has to be. You know, let's be realistic. It's an all-star game with the rest of the season there. It's not going to be, you know, there's going to be some old men shouting, going, they're not going at it like Jordan did in the 90s, you know, put those glasses on. But this is a British Basketball League All-Star game. This is for kids. It's for a younger generation. So we want to see half-court shots. We want to see Brad Greene doing his old half-court.
Did you see it on Instagram?
I did see it.
The half-court jump hook shot.
Yeah, hook shot.
Amazing.
Incredible. Yeah. So we want to see things like that. We want to see handles. You know, we want to see ankle breakers without the ankles being broken. Obviously. Shout out to all the medical staff here. Big Dog Nate from Big Dog Balling has got his little high vis on. But yeah, I think it's just going to be fun. That's what we want it to be. You know, it's going to be hyped up by the announcers. Just get the crowd going. That's what we want it to be. You know, it's a fun Sunday. Fun day Sunday. There we go.
Yeah, it's All-Star Sunday here on the Bristol Flyers podcast. Elliott, before we let you go, just give us a quick plug for the website, of course, Hoopin'N'Lootin, the number one destination for basketball jerseys of all kind.
Absolutely, yeah, and we've got weekly drops going on at the moment, so new jerseys going on every single week. Then if you are up in Manchester, pay a visit to the shop in Pollard Yard, which is just 2 stops from Manchester Piccadilly, so the main train station in Manchester. Or you can head over to hoopin'n'lootin.com, where you will find hundreds of jerseys, shorts, merchandise, and you can spend to your heart's content. If you don't want anything, buy a gift card for your partner, your son, your daughter. They'll love it.
That's not the first time you've said all that, is it?
No, it's not the first. I'll try.
It's like he's used to doing lives on Instagram, isn't it? Elliott, appreciate you stopping by the podcast. Let's get a date booked in off air for that official jersey ranking episode. Elliott, anything else you want to say to the Flyers podcast listeners before we get underway with this All-Star game?
No, just thank you for all your hospitality whenever I come down and visit. You know, I get about a bit. I haven't been down as much as I'd like to. But obviously that's what happens when you spread your seed that far, that you can't always stay local.
Yeah, we really appreciate your support, mate. Of course, our Back a Short sponsor for Bristol Flyers this season. Elliott, thanks for joining us. Sam, the All-Star game is about to officially get underway. There's just under 15 minutes until a tip-off. So I think it's about time, mate, that we actually grabbed our mic and have a look at who else we can speak to. What do you think?
Absolutely, let's get to it.
This is the Bristol Flyers podcast.
All right, we're down courtside. We're sat in the lower tier, and tip-off for the men's game is just under 5 minutes away. I've managed to go find Bristol Flyers fan Joe Webster. Joe, welcome to the Flyers podcast.
Hello, nice to meet you.
You sent us an email, didn't you, last week, which producer Dan read out on last week's show. You brought the whole crew with you. How are you enjoying the day so far?
It's been brilliant so far. We've loved seeing the women's game and seeing TJ in the dunk contest. Did well, came second. And we've got here we've got Tara, we've got Theo, we've got Nathaniel and Mikey.
What did you reckon of the dunk contest? Talk to us about it, because TJ get robbed at the end. He missed out on just 1 point.
Yeah, definitely robbed. I mean, we were shouting for him right here. It was looking good. That 1 point, it's just not fair.
And guys, how are you enjoying the All-Star game so far? You having fun?
Yeah, it's been really fun, thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be nice to see Brad.
What's your predictions for the All-Star game? Do you reckon South are going to win?
I think South are going to win by 10 points.
South by 10. What do you reckon?
I think South are going to win by 6.
South by 6.
We're all definitely looking for the South to win. We want a 100-point game.
100-point game. Watch this space. Right, Sam, we are down courtside. It's about to go down, the All-Star game. We've got the Team South bench right behind us. It's all about to happen. Sam, final thoughts ahead of this All-Star game. What do you think is going to happen?
I'm going to tell you right now, it is going to be a South domination. Big Bad Brad is getting points. What else is he getting? He's getting rebounds, because that is what Brad does. Tevo's going to come on, hit 40 points, and the rest of the team are just going to feed them the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Both teams taking the court now. You can hear it in the background. It's raucous in here, the Comment Box Arena in London.
Now, one thing I've just noticed, Kimball McKenzie is rocking a little camera on his chest. So I reckon Kimball is going to be... I didn't know that. Did you know that, Joel?
Here's Azania Stewart. Azania, welcome to the Flyers podcast. You're on the Bristol Flyers podcast right now. Tip-off is about to happen right behind us. The ball is going up and we are underway with the All-Star game. Azania, predictions for this game today?
Sorry, I got to go with the South. We're 3 for 3. We won the dunk contest. We won the 3-point shootout. We won the women's.
Hey, we're going Team South too.
I've been going at Drew all day, sorry.
We're back in Team South. Azania Stewart there joining us. The game is underway. Let's go back up to our spot, Sam, in the Comment Box Arena.
You're listening to the Bristol Flyers podcast.
Oh, Taj Greene just threw down a windmill in this game, Sam. We're on the way in the first quarter, by the way, at the Comment Box Arena. Sam and I have moved back up into our little podcast position here. Sam, Brad Greene for 3. Oh, he just made it short. Sam, I don't know about you, I'm not a massive fan of the dark blue versus light blue jerseys. What are your thoughts?
I think very similar, Joel. It's a bizarre option. I think they should have gone maybe a dark blue with a yellow, Joel. I would have liked to see a yellow.
Sam Decker with the jam. Right, it is 13-all. We are 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Very much on pace for a normal scoring game right now, Sam.
Well, if you look at the scores, Brad Greene's on 7 as we speak, Jolie. Or is that Taj Greene? No, that's Taj Greene in the north. I was looking at the wrong one. Our Greene is on 5 points.
Yeah, 5 points. Early run for MVP. What do you reckon? Oh, he's been subbed out now, though. He's been subbed out. Tevin Olison's into the game. Here's Olison. Oh, Tevo! Go on, Tevo. Well, that is it for the end of the first quarter. Things kind of picked up a bit there at the end of that first period, Sam.
That alley-oop by Olison was disgusting, Joel. You missed it, actually,
I
didn't
did
you?
miss it, yeah. I missed the play because I was busy sorting our podcast out. I've got a podcast to do here, you know that.
No, Joel, it's about watching the game, not doing the podcast, okay?
Brad Greene's been putting on a show so far.
I think it started off slow, but actually, I think we're going to see some good things come for the rest of the game, Jolie. We've got plenty of action left. 3 quarters of wonderful basketball here for you. This place is rammed. It is a wonderful experience for people here. I think it's been a success so far, Joel. What would you say?
Yeah, I think it's been great, and it's been fun. It's been really fun so far. I've really enjoyed it. It's good to see, the best players on the league all get on the court at the same time together, and yeah, very enjoyable game of basketball so far. Right, the second quarter is officially underway, and Sam, that was outrageous.
We have seen better dunks in the game than we saw in the actual dunk contest. What do you think, Jolie?
Yeah, it has been. Oh, round the back, Anderson with the throwdown. End-to-end stuff. It's starting to turn into an all-star game now. I'll tell you who we're joined by the way. We are joined by none other than Bristol Flyers fan and podcast regular listener, Matt Hardy from British Basketball League Daily, we're going to say. Don't want to do any forfeits here at the comment box. Matt, welcome to the podcast. Good to have you with us in person. How are you enjoying the day so far?
Absolutely loving it. I've been here since the morning, so got to see the Women's Basketball League All-Star game, got to see everything. And it's been like just a festival atmosphere, like just a full celebration of all things British basketball, and it's just been amazing. So yeah, it's what a day.
Trejon Jacob, by the way, just missing out by a single point in that dunk contest. What did you make of it?
Absolutely robbed. I think if I was as big as Josh Sharma, I'd have been able to throw down some of those dunks. Trejon was absolutely robbed. But no, what a day. Like you say, it definitely needs to come back next year. Everyone's just cracking on. It's nice to see so many different people in the crowd with their team jerseys on, but all coming together just to celebrate what we do and what we love. It's amazing.
I'm excited by the fact that so many people have bought the All-Star jerseys as well. They look really cool, huh?
I love it. They're sold out. I tried to get one. Sold out. Absolutely fuming. But yeah, they're beautiful. I really, really like them.
I'm loving all of the things they're doing on the cam. We obviously can't do this at the Flyers. We had a kiss cam earlier, saw a lot of awkward people. The British people aren't geared for the kiss cam, are they?
No, don't act like, if you ever go to one of these games, don't act like you're too cool for bongo cam. Just get involved. Everyone thinks it's good, so yeah, I love it. I'm all over it.
Matt, of course, we've got to give British Basketball League Daily, I was going to say the acronym there, got to give British Basketball League Daily a plug. Tell us all about it. How can people get involved? Because you're looking for writers as well right now, aren't you?
Always looking for writers. So we're an independent source for all things opinion and news about the British Basketball League. So if you are a fan who loves to write, who wants to produce content about the league we love, just send us a DM and we can get you sorted. I've got a really, really cool group of writers, but we're always looking for more things, more people to join our ranks. Qualifications and experience is not important. It's all about the love of the game, and if you want to do it, then drop us a DM on socials.
And it's Matt at, I won't say it, but you can say that. You can say the handle if you like.
Matt Hardy BBL or at BBL Daily on Twitter.
There we go. So he can get away with saying it, but not me. You got the T-shirt as well, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, all so if in collaboration with the guys that Always Ball In. One of one. So
we're still awaiting some Loyal to the Game merch from our partners, Loyal to the Game for the Flyers podcast. Would you pick up a podcast tee if tees came out?
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Larry Austin almost went for an alley-oop there, just blundered it.
Absolutely. I need a Dan's Package T-shirt, I think. That's what I want. That's
Dan's
what I need.
Package. Producer Dan's Package. And Producer Dan loves getting his package out on the Bristol Flyers podcast. Before we let you go for the rest of the game, your thoughts on the Flyers season as a whole? It's been mixed, but of course a big game on Tuesday night out in Lithuania coming up.
It's been a huge case. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the injuries and the kind of how that's affected our season. But you can't be anything other than incredibly proud of this Flyers team. Historic nights in Europe, still battling away. What a performance last time out against Riders. I've seen the other lads here today supporting Brad Greene, Tevin Olison and Trejon Jacob in the festivities. So it seems like such a great bunch from the outside looking in, and that translates on the court. So yeah, we'll always be proud of the Flyers. even though I'm sure they would be the first ones to say they would have liked to be a little bit further up the league table. But yeah, what a season so far. Plenty of good to take.
Well, Matt, it's great to have you here in person on the podcast. We'll let you go back to do your British Basketball Daily Bits. I know you're down in the Media Tribune area. And enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Let's go Flyers.
Let's go Flyers.
Well, that is it for half-time. Team South lead Team North 63-56. And Sam, it really picked up in that second quarter, didn't it?
Our boy Tevin Olison put on a bit of a show there, Joel. Did you see him put it through someone's legs and then dunk it?
A couple of outrageous dunks. Brad Greene has 7 points. Tevin Olison has 9 points at the half.
Leading the South is Teddy Buckets Allen with 13 points at the moment. But I'll tell you who is impressing me the most right now. Taj Greene has some tasty dunks for Team North at the moment.
That's the halftime break. Let's go see. Let's go out and about, Sam. Let's go and see who else we can chat to, shall we?
This is the Bristol Flyers podcast.
So we have found Brad's family. Here they all are. Here they are traveling over to London for 3 days only. Is that right?
Yeah, totally. We were here for the weekend. That's it. Go back to work on Tuesday.
Have you had a good time so far?
So far, so good. No complaints.
So just for the listeners, we'll just go down and introduce yourselves one by one to the podcast listeners, because we've got the whole crew here. Right, we'll start off down here. We'll go down the way.
Yeah, I'm his younger brother, Nick. I definitely need to say that he needs to make his free throws. Only thing I got.
I'm Brad Greene's girlfriend. I'm Cecily.
I'm Marcianne, his mom.
I'm Greg Greene, his brother.
And what have you made of Brad's performance so far? I think he's got, 7 points in the first half, but as you say, a couple of free throws left at the line, isn't there?
Yeah, also I said he would shoot a three-pointer, but he would miss it, and he totally did it, so I'm really happy about that.
Cecily, we've got to talk about the T-shirt. Brad arrived today in the T-shirt that you got him with your face all over it. 6 pictures of you on the T-shirt. Talk to us about the tee.
I feel like it was a viral thing that's been going on TikTok, so I thought it was a great little Christmas gift to get him. I thought he would return the favor so I could wear his shirt for the game, but I didn't get one in return. But it's okay. It's totally fine.
But you did get a car air freshener, right?
I did get a car freshener with his little face on it. That'll do for now.
You realize every time I see him, he's wearing that T-shirt.
Not every time.
And the same pair of shorts, probably, too.
Yeah, probably. I love that. You've literally come for 3 days. You're going to have to come back and visit again. You know that.
We'll be here April 5th through the 21st.
So you will actually get to see Bristol.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's what I'm hoping for, is make a home game finally one time.
It will not look anything like this, guys. I tell you right now.
It's all right. We know what the Bristol is, and we're just there to support the team the whole time. So,
guys, thank you so much for all joining us. Have you got a message for the Flyers fans before we let you go?
Those free throws better work right out, Brad. You better fix those free throws. I swear to God.
Right, we have ourselves a dance-off at the end of the third quarter. I got Trejon Lucas with us. I got Keely Johnson with us. Fellas, how are you enjoying yourselves at the All-Star game? You enjoying it?
Hey, I'm loving it, man. We got my guy Brad and Tevo out there killing it. You know, just having a great time, with the fans and some bathing apes.
What have you made of Tevin and Brad's performances so far? I mean, Tevin's the joint top scorer. He's got 20 points after the third quarter.
Hey, that's my guy Tevo. That's what he does, put the ball in the hole, man. Brad had a good early start. He had the first 5, love those guys to death.
You got Keely over here as well. Keely, I'll bring you in. Are you enjoying yourself at All-Star so far?
Man, it's a blast, man. Having a blast. It's good fun. Watch the guys, watch the teammates playing the All-Star game.
Keely, of course, it is a very busy period for you guys because we're here in London right now. You guys tomorrow are straight off to Lithuania, a big game out there against Cholet.
It's just mental, man. The traveling, we used to that. We've been doing that all year, so it's just all about going down, locking in, getting a dub.
Just finally, predictions for the fourth quarter. I reckon we can see MVP for Tevo.
Right now, 104.89, Tevo. I think Tevo, he been chilling for the night, man. I think he thinking about the upcoming game we got coming up. So I think he just relaxing. So I'm gonna go probably Anderson. He got a couple dunks, couple threes. So I'll probably go Jamel Anderson for the MVP.
You guys just missed Brad hit another 3 then as well.
Did he?
Oh, man, I expect that from Brad. He shoots threes all day in practice. After practice, that's light cheese for Brad. I'm not surprised. Go, Brad Greene.
Greene, appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy the rest. Best of luck in Lithuania as well. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
This is post-dunk contest. We have second place contender, Trejon Jacob. Man, you were so good in that. How did you find it?
Honestly, it was a bit nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie. Like just seeing the atmosphere and seeing everybody, I was like, oh dang. My list of dunks went low-key out the window just 'cause I had to see what everybody was doing. A couple guys stole my dunks, but it's all right though. But it was fun. It was fun.
So, a couple of the guys, their dunks were fine, but just Sharma put on a bit of a show, didn't he?
Nah, yeah, absolutely. I was asking before the contest, I was like, what you got for me, bro? And he was like, I got a little something in the bags, If he gets to the finals, we'll see, and we saw what it was, so I can't complain.
Were you glad that you took part in it in the first place?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that's my first one ever, so to take second by 1 point, I wanted to win, but overall, I'm happy. The result, I performed, I made the dunks. That's all I can ask for.
Talk to us about the rim grazer at the end, mate, because I felt like that last dunk, if it had gone through clean, that could have been a perfect 50.
Yeah, no,
30.
absolutely. And that was a 360 windmill I was looking for, but I couldn't. I messed the toss up a tiny bit, so I was just looking like, oh, dang. So I'm in the air, and I'm like, I got to go get it. I got to go finish it somehow. I got to contort some way, somehow. And, unfortunately, like, it wasn't as clean as I wanted it to be, but it is what it is. Things happen. I'm glad I still competed and got second.
Just word on the All-Star game, of course, Brad and Tevo out there. Yeah. Tevo looking like he could compete for MVP right now. He's 2 points behind Teddy Allen in second place.
Yeah, honestly, it's nothing new. I told him before, we joke with him, was like, go get MVP. And for him to put on a show like this in the first All-Star game after 10 years, it's crazy. And, he's a class act guy. It's only up from here for him. And you see my guy BG, they doing their thing. That's all we could ask for, representing Bristol well.
Well, TJ, we'll let you go. Congratulations on competing in the dunk contest today. Best of luck on Tuesday. It's a massive game against Cholet, isn't it?
Absolutely. It'll be a big one. We need all the Flyers fans, non-Flyers fans. Tune in. We got something special for y'all. We're going to try to get the job done.
Well, by the time this podcast comes out, the game will have already taken place. But best of luck in advance. And the podcast listeners will already know the result of what happened.
You're right, look.
TJ, we'll see you when you get back from Lithuania.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate the Flyers, fam.
This is the Bristol Flyers podcast.
Well, that is it for the All-Star game. Team South coming out on top, 149 to 116 over Team North. Dan Routledge just 1 point off with his predictions.
He tweeted us saying, 149, is that close enough? I don't think so, Joe. He said at least 150 points.
Yep, he has to get it bang on. He has to get it bang on. A quick word on this game, Sam. It was numbers all over the place. I don't even know where to start on the numbers here. Teddy Allen took home All-Star Game MVP, 31 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Looking down the stat sheet, Tevin Olison off the bench, 27 points to go along with his 8 rebounds and 4 assists for an index of 32. Teddy Allen, also an index of 32. It could have gone either way. We spoke about index on last week's pod. This could have gone either way, Sam. Tevin Olison robbed.
With 3 minutes to go, they were even on points as well. Teddy just pulled away a little bit at the end there, didn't he?
Yeah. Looking down the rest of the stat sheet, TJ Atwood had 14, Payet Wang 13, Jaron Holmes 13, Matt Morgan was 17, Brad Greene 17 points.
How many rebounds?
Just 5 rebounds.
Brad Greene.
What's he doing? I don't have 5 rebounds for the big Brad Greene machine. He's too busy chucking up threes. Hitting some threes, by the way. Looking at the stats, he was 2 for 6 from downtown.
Joe, you were chatting to Andreas when it happened, but one of them bounced off the very front of the rim, shot straight up into the air, and then went in.
Yeah.
So it was a great, you've got to have a shooter's touch sometimes, don't you?
There was that moment as the third quarter was winding down as well, where he sort of looked into the abyss, into the distance, looking at the three-pointer, eyeing it up, and then a bit of defense came, and he unfortunately missed that one. But can you imagine if that one had gone down?
That would have
ripped the roof off.
Amazing. That would have been so good. They were putting on a show. They were messing around, which was amazing to see. Joel, I'd say a successful day. What would you say?
Yeah, I'd agree. Very, very successful. Now, earlier on, Sam, I ran into the British Basketball League CEO, Aaron Radin. I said to him, what are your thoughts? Are you free to maybe swing by up here and join us for a chat? And he said he'd be up for it. So I'm going to go find him and see if he's still up for it now. But Sam, let's go see if we can make it happen.
This is the Bristol Flyers podcast.
Right, welcome back to the Bristol Flyers podcast, and we are very, very pleased to be joined by none other than the British Basketball League CEO, Aaron Radon. Aaron, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks so much. I didn't know what I needed to do to get an invite to this podcast.
We've been trying to get you on for so long. I can't tell you how long it's been. But we do want to do a much longer episode with you, maybe towards the end of the season, reflecting on the campaign as a whole.
That would be terrific.
But All-Star Games in the books. Early reflections on it so far?
Oh, what a fun day. Really exceeded my expectations. I think, this day to me was really all about showcasing the level of talent and the players and the personalities in our leagues. I was really pleased with the manner in which the players went about the day. I think we've heard some of the controversy about the All-Star Game in the United States is, people not caring. But here I think that they really took it seriously. And particularly their roles as fan ambassadors and the types of interactions that they were having with the fan. And they were really trying to entertain. And I think it was a great entertainment. Like, slam dunk contest was great. 3-point contest was amazing. Like, to see Aaron Rye miss that last shot. I mean, I think he hit like 11 in a row before he missed the last one. So just really fun, and the whole lead up of the week and the opportunities that we had to really showcase and feature some of these amazing athletes that we have in our league, I think is critical to our growth. Giving fans a chance to understand who these players are as people is so important. I'm sure you guys see that locally in Bristol. The more that the players can engage with the fans, the more emotive connections you have, the more, that fabric starts to build in terms of real engagement and real passion and real connection with the club. So, the more opportunities we have to do this, and of course this is a showcase one of the year, I'm really pleased with how it went.
I'm sure you saw stuff online. Obviously, these All-Star Games and days get mixed reviews, but it was really important that you got it right, and I think you guys did. I think you did an amazing job. It was such a good sort of first one. Are you looking to do these more as we move forward, do you think?
Well, I hope this becomes a regular annual event for sure. I think that, first of all, my team gets all the credit for the setup. The events team run by Claire Hatch, she did an amazing job. Our production team, Jose Garnes is our chief content officer. He did an amazing job in terms of everything that we're doing from a content production standpoint. The lead up to the production of the game. I do nothing. I just admire. So, really happy with that. And yes, I absolutely hope this will be a part of it. I think, again, we want to use this event as a way to showcase our product, and I think we did a really good job of that today. I'm really excited to go home and watch the whole thing over again because I want to see, what kind of clips did we get, what kind of stories did we get, how did it look. Things sometimes look differently on TV, but I'm really encouraged, and yes, I hope this will be a regular part of what we're doing.
And not only domestically, but overseas as well. I know that the US TV deal has been a huge part of, the ways that the league's trying to push forward into new markets. How proud have you been of, first of all, that TV deal, but for an event like today to be seen overseas by so many different states?
Yeah, it's funny because I don't know that there was an actual intentional purpose. It sort of just turned out that way. And part of it was, and I almost said this sort of when I joined the league, is if we can raise the level of our product, I expect that we will get significant distribution. And in many ways, the fact that we've gotten that in the United States is more a reflection, or as much a reflection of that market being a little bit further ahead in terms of its evolution towards streaming. But to have the types of partnerships, like wonderful partnerships, and they are really great partners because they are doing a great job of promoting our product. Yes, New England Sports Network, NBC Sports, Bally's, Fubo. They actually show more games on air in the United States per week than they do here in the UK. Hint, hint to UK distributors. But look, I think we'll get there in the UK as well with that. And it's funny. I get messages all the time, and the players tell me that, and the coaches, guys sitting at a bar and Kansas City or Milwaukee or Memphis or wherever, and like there's a British Basketball League game on, and more exposure the better. And again, it gives us a chance to tell the stories, the great stories that are going on here, and showcase the high quality level of play.
And looking back, I think is it just over or just under a year since your official appointment as CEO?
It's a little more than a year.
A little over a year now.
Dog years. Yeah.
And just overall reflections as a whole, because it's that the amount of growth. We talk about it on the podcast every week, but the amount of staff you've been able to recruit in, the huge push in production as well, and obviously the TV deals. Overall assessments on your time as CEO so far.
Well, first of all, I'll have you come in and petition for my review with the board, because that was good. Look, I think I'm very impatient. Like, I want to do a lot of things at once. We have done a lot this first year. It seems crazy that it's only been a year. In fact, I was sending some photos of the court to some colleagues, and they were just saying, like, wow, that's amazing. Like, the amount of progress that's been made in 1 year is stunning. That being said, still plenty to do here. And, I think we've made really significant strides, and, like, I'm probably our biggest critic, too. You'll probably know in terms of hearing my feedback on broadcasts. And, how can we keep making the product better? And, we've assembled a good team so far. I think their passion for what we're doing has been demonstrated. This is the perfect example of it today. So, look, I think, the more people that we can bring into this tent in terms of engaging with the product, the better.
Of course, that's 2 tentpole events now in the books this season. One more to come with the playoff final. It's that home stretch now. It's the exciting time. It's looking like the playoff places are pretty much sorted out, but still everything to play for in terms of seedings and who might play who in the first round.
Yeah, every year you sort of see like jockeying. Who do they think is going to be the best matchup and trying to get that. I don't know. I generally subscribe to play your best when you get to the end, and the chips will fall where they fall. Having the upset that we did in the trophy final, I think sets us up for an anything can happen playoffs. We're moving to a best 2 out of 3 in the quarters and the semis this year. I think that's going to make a big difference. I think it's giving the home fans a chance to really lean in, and home court advantage is going to matter, particularly if you get to a third game.
Well, I was going to say, you've spoken about how important it is to build a team around you, a really big team. We had Joe on our podcast a few months back, and he unfortunately used the X acronym that you're not allowed to use anymore for the British Basketball League, that we shouldn't use anymore.
I don't know what that is.
We don't know either.
Yeah, we can't say it on the podcast. We also got to do forfeits.
He had to do a forfeit, which was to send you an apology email, and we never saw any response back. Did he actually ever send you an apology email in the end?
I'm afraid you're going to have to get him on again.
We will chase Joe down. The email will come through to Aaron at some point.
Some further form of public humiliation will be merited.
Brilliant. Aaron, it's been so good having you on. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us. Anything to add at the end there, Joel?
Well, I was going to ask you quickly, just finally, of course, we can't have you on the Bristol Flyers podcast without talking about Bristol Flyers. Just give us your thoughts on the Flyers season so far, because a first venture into European competition, a mixed season on the court in terms of the league. Injuries have played a big part in that, I'm sure a lot of the Flyers fans will say as well.
Yeah. I love watching Bristol play. I think actually when I first got here and sort of had the chance to watch all of the teams play, I really like the style of play that Coach Kapoulis puts in. I think he recruits well to fit the style. And, you guys got off to a good start, and injuries hit. So hopefully you guys are fit for the end of the season, because, I remember last year when in your playoff match when you got way down to Leicester and came all the way back and even took the lead.
Yeah.
And I think, I actually think this year's team is significantly better talent-wise. I think the league has raised its level as well. I think you guys are a team that can beat anyone on any given day. The health does matter. I will also add, taking the ambition to play in Europe, I think has meant a lot for the players. It's meant a lot for the organization. And again, I think I think it's resonant to a lot of the things that we've been trying to do with the league in general, which is if we can set a foundation or a base for what we're going to do going forward, I think it just sets us up for a lot more growth. So, I applaud the club's ambition in doing that. And, I want to add just at the end, I really appreciate what you guys do, the work that you do with the podcast, the work that you do with the club, the promotion and the content that you help create for the club and the league. It's an very, very important part, and I couldn't be more appreciative.
Is it a regular part of your podcast rotation, Aaron? That's what we want to know. Are you regularly listening to the Flyers podcast every week?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, Joel.
I won't say that I listen to them in full every single week, but I do listen. And you guys put a presence on social media too. I think, you're hitting all the right spots. I think just keep at it. I appreciate it.
Well, Aaron, we really appreciate you coming on the podcast. We finally managed to get you on. We do want to get you on, maybe dial in, or next time you're in Bristol, maybe come into the studio and do a full-length episode, because there's so much we do want to dive into in more detail.
Please.
But congratulations on a successful All-Star game.
Thank you.
Best of luck with the playoffs, and hopefully the playoffs final, and the organisation for that. And we'll see you again further down the line. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. And I hope to see fans out at the playoffs. The playoffs are going to be amazing this year.
This is the Bristol Flyers podcast.
We finally got him on, Sam.
Joel, you did your magic, because he was a busy man down there, wasn't he?
He was so busy, and he made time for us, a good 10 minutes on the podcast. So thank you, Aaron. We're so appreciative of your time. We did say when he next visits Bristol, we do want to get him into the studio at some point and do more of an in-depth episode with the CEO to reflect on, being in charge a bit more, reflect on the steps that have been made by the British Basketball League. But he seemed like he was super happy with the day overall. And of course, with the game being broadcasted overseas, I can't wait to watch it back later either.
I'm going to watch the whole thing. He also, that 10 minutes felt so quick. He knows what he wants to say. He gets on with it, and I'm actually excited for where the league's going, Joel. I think we've got some good futures ahead of us, and events like this are only going to help, I think, bring in bigger crowds, bigger sort of money, hopefully, to the league, and maybe better broadcast deals. You never know.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree as well. And of course, people will be watching on YouTube. They'll see that everyone's gone behind us now. The lights have been turned off on the court, and that is a wrap for All-Star Game 2024. Sam, your final assessment of the day overall?
A big success. Very long day, very good day. But Joel, I wouldn't want to spend it with anyone other than you, my friend.
Oh, cheers, mate. Big edit ahead of me, bear in mind. I'm just thinking about all the interviews we got. We got loads of interviews, Massive thank you to every person who stopped and spoke to us on the Bristol Flyers podcast today. Quick reminder, you can listen to us on all major podcast providers and YouTube. We've got new episodes coming out each and every week. Next week's show, we will talk about the second leg of the ENBL playoff quarterfinal against BC Cholet. Sam, anything else you want to add before we wrap up this week's episode of the Bristol Flyers podcast?
Just that I'm hungry, Joe. We need to get some food.
Yeah, mate, we need to eat something, mate. We need to eat something. Let's wrap it up. That's going to do it for this week's episode of the pod. From Joel, Sam, but not producer Dan, because he's not here this week. We'll see you next time on the Bristol Flyers podcast, powered by WebGains.